Welcome to my channel. Please like this video and subscribe to this new channel and you will see many more interesting and useful things. Today, I will tell you about an exciting, rare and sometimes dangerous phenomenon, as promised in a previous post, a meteor shower. I will also tell you about the most unusual meteorites that have fallen on our planet and are known throughout the history of the Earth. The fall of large single meteorites is definitely a threat to the Earth, and you will find out about it by watching the video to the end. So, enjoy watching. Cosmic bodies are constantly falling on our planet. Some of them are the size of a grain of sand, others can weigh several hundred kilograms or even tons. By the way, 92.8% of stone meteorites, consisting mainly of silicates, fall to Earth most often. Iron meteorites fall less often. A meteorite is a celestial body that has already reached the surface. This concept has been clarified by the International Astronomical Union, defining terms from meteoric astronomy. Mankind first became acquainted with iron precisely thanks to meteorites, even before people learned how to mine underground ore. The oldest meteoritic iron dagger was found in Mesopotamia and dates back to about 3100 BC. However, Tutankhamun's dagger was the most famous of all the ancient works of art made of meteoritic iron. It is unlikely that meteorites were given names then, as they are now, but this unknown ancient meteorite entered the annals of history due to the fact that a dagger was made from it, which was then placed in the tomb of the young pharaoh. The artifact dates back to the 14th century BC, and it was found at the right hip of the mummy. The dagger has a decorated gold handle with a rounded rock crystal. It was encased in a golden scabbard decorated with a pattern of lilies, feathers, and a jackal's head. It was presented to Tutankhamun's grandfather, Pharaoh Amenhotep III, by the king of Mitannia, a country that was located on the territory of modern Turkey. Since then, the dagger has been inherited in the royal family. Then iron was almost more expensive than gold. The next famous Willamette meteorite, this huge, weighing more than 15 tons, iron meteorite was found by American Indians in Clackamas, Oregon. For a long time they worshipped the celestial stone. In their language they called the meteorite Tomanovos, that is, the lunar guest. They considered the rainwater that accumulated in the hollows of the meteorite to be healing and even magical. Later, the meteorite was taken to the American Museum of Natural History in New York. On February 11, 2012, about 100 meteorite rocks fell over an area of 100 kilometers in one of the regions of China. The largest meteorite found weighed 12.6 kilograms. It is believed that the meteorites came from the asteroid belt between Mars and Jupiter. On September 15, 2007, a meteorite fell in Peru near Lake Titicaca, near the border with Bolivia. Eyewitnesses claimed that at first there was a strong noise, similar to the sound of a falling plane. But then they saw a falling body engulfed in fire. A crater with a diameter of 30 meters and a depth of 6 meters formed at the crash site, from which a fountain of boiling water gushed. The meteorite probably contained toxic substances, as 1,500 people living nearby began to have severe headaches. On June 20, 1998, a meteorite fell near the Turkmen city of Konya Urgenç, hence its name. Before the fall, residents saw a bright light. The largest part of the meteorite, weighing 820 kilograms, fell into a cotton field, forming a funnel about 5 meters. This one, which is more than 4 billion years old, has been certified by the International Meteorite Society and is considered the largest among all stone meteorites that have fallen in the CIS and the third in the world. On March 8, 1976, the largest meteor shower in the world took place in the Chinese province of Jilin, lasting 37 minutes. Cosmic bodies fell to Earth at a speed of 12 kilometers per second for 37 minutes. Then they found about 100 meteorites, including the largest, the 1.7-ton Jilin meteorite. On February 12, 1947, a meteorite fell in the Far East in the Ussuri Taiga in the Sikhote-Alin Mountains on February 12, 1947. It fragmented in the atmosphere and fell as an iron rain over an area of 10 square kilometers. After the fall, more than 30 craters with a diameter of 7 to 28 meters and a depth of up to 6 meters were formed. About 27 tons of meteoritic matter were collected, fragments of pieces of iron that fell from the sky during a meteor shower. Meet Goba, the largest meteorite found. Strictly speaking, it fell about 80,000 years ago. This iron giant, weighing about 66 tons and with a volume of 9 cubic meters, fell in prehistoric times and was found in Namibia in 1920 near Grootfontein. The Goba meteorite is mainly composed of iron and is considered the heaviest of all celestial bodies of this kind that have ever appeared on Earth. It is preserved at the crash site in southwest Africa, in Namibia, near the Goba West Farm. It is also the largest piece of naturally occurring iron on Earth. Since 1920, the meteorite has decreased slightly. Erosion, scientific research and vandalism have done their job. The meteorite has lost weight to 60 tons. On June 30, 1908, at about 07 a.m., a large fireball flew over the territory of the Yenisei Basin from southeast to northwest. The flight ended with an explosion at an altitude of 7-10 km over an uninhabited area of the taiga. The blast wave circled the globe twice and was recorded by observatories around the world. The explosion power is estimated at 40-50 megatons, which corresponds to the energy of the most powerful hydrogen bomb. The space giant's flight speed was tens of kilometers per second. Weight from 100,000 to 1 million tons. As a result of the explosion, trees were felled in an area of more than 2,000 square kilometers, and windows in houses were blown out several hundred kilometers from the epicenter of the explosion. The blast wave destroyed animals and injured people within a radius of about 40 kilometers. For several days, an intense sky glow and luminous clouds were observed in the territory from the Atlantic to central Siberia. But what was it? If it was a meteorite, then a huge crater half a kilometer deep should have appeared at the place of its fall. But none of the expeditions managed to find him. The Tunguska meteorite is, on the one hand, one of the most well-studied phenomena. On the other, one of the most mysterious phenomena of the past century. The celestial body exploded in the air, and no remnants of it, except for the effects of the explosion, were found on Earth. The most beautiful Fukang meteorite was found in 2000 in the Gobi Desert. Inside the meteorite are translucent crystals of the olivine mineral surrounded by an iron-nickel alloy. This palisite is the rarest type of meteorite. There are only 1% of them. It weighed over a ton, but it was divided into pieces and sold in pieces at auction. The total cost was 1.7 million euros. It is the most expensive meteorite sold in the world. The Chelyabinsk meteorite arrived on February 15, 2013. It exploded in the atmosphere, creating a shockwave that damaged many buildings. About 2,000 people were injured by glass fragments. Initially, the meteorite probably weighed about 11 tons. The largest of the fragments, weighing 500 kilograms, was lifted from the bottom of Lake Chabarkal. The meteorite belongs to the class of ordinary chondrites. This is the most common type. The Black Beauty meteorite was found in the Moroccan part of the Sahara Desert in 2011. This is a fragment of Martian rock. At the moment, the Beauty is recognized as the oldest specimen from the surface of Mars. The basalt that forms its basis froze 4.44-4.48 billion years ago, that is, just 100 million years after the birth of the solar system itself. Diablo Canyon iron meteorites. Fragments of an asteroid that fell about 20-40,000 years ago in Arizona. He got his name from the town, in the area of which fragments are scattered in large numbers. The total mass of the fragments found is about 15 tons. They are stored in many museums around the world. The Campo del Cielo is a group of iron meteorites found in Argentina. The impact crater field covers an area of 3 by 20 kilometers, and there are at least 26 craters in this place, the largest of which measures 115 by 91 meters. It is assumed that the meteorite fell to Earth between 4,000 and 5,000 years ago. Scattered in the atmosphere, it created an extensive meteor shower. There are several of them. So, the most interesting question is that information about whether meteorites killed people is rather vague. There are no firmly proven cases, but, for example, in 1972, a meteorite killed a cow in the United States, and it was sold for $1,600. In 1992, the 12-kilogram Peekskill meteorite in downtown New York crashed into a parked car, a red Chevrolet Malibu owned by Michelle Knapp. The car was sold at auction for $230,000. In 2021, a fist-sized meteorite broke through the roof and landed on the pillow of Canadian Ruth Hamilton. However, our favorite is the August Sarkis meteorite, which struck a doghouse in Costa Rica in 2019. At the time of the collision, the dog was inside, but, fortunately, was not injured, becoming a celebrity. In 2022, this chipboard booth with a very rusty tin roof sold for $44,000. The booth was much more expensive than the meteorite itself, because collisions of celestial stones with man-made objects are extremely rare. The fall of single meteorites. is a small but real danger, although the probability of a meteorite hitting a particular person is extremely low. The consequences of falling large meteorites can be catastrophic, including explosions, fires, tsunamis, and global climate change. The fall of large meteorites, especially asteroids with a diameter of more than a kilometer, can lead to global disasters, including mass extinction.